Hello, my name is Christian and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to do something very special. I want to take my Seed of Chucky and my Bride of Chucky dolls today, which is the Mezco versions, Trick or Treat Studios, and the Spirit Halloween. And I'm going to try to upgrade their blood today. It's weird, right? So I got this paint called Citadel Color, which is the blood for the blood god, which I am going to zoom in and show you guys here in a little bit what it is. But this is supposed to be realistic, gory blood. So I really love the way these dolls look originally. However, I'm not intending to sell these guys, so I'm okay with doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over their cuts, if you will, and just make the blood look a little bit more realistic. To me, they look a little flat, a little dull. So adding this paint to it is probably going to upgrade them again. I'm just excited to do that. I'm going to show you the before and after before we do it, and I'll paint a little bit throughout the video so you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and hit up the garage and start painting these guys. Wish me luck. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be using today. Citadel Color, which is the blood for the blood god version, which I'm going to be painting over my dolls today. So this is the Spirit Halloween doll that I have. As you can see, it just looks a little dull, I don't know, I don't like it too much. Once I put the paint over it with the paintbrush, which I'll show you guys, I believe he's going to look a lot more alive. The blood's going to look more realistic. On this one, the Mezco versions, I think it's gonna look okay, but I'll probably just tap a little bit more towards the front of the face right here, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. This one has a very red color to it, but let's see what happens here. And obviously I wanna go ahead and paint over this guy. It's gonna look awesome. So here we go, let's see what the results are at the end. All right, so here are the brushes that I'm gonna be using today. I think the sizes here is the 2-0, 10-0, and the 1. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the Spirit Halloween doll, move over to them here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and shake it off and get this ready. So like I mentioned, we're gonna go ahead and start with him. What I do recommend is always have a dry and a wet napkin, because there will be parts that you're gonna go over. You just kind of want to clean it up as soon as possible. But let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and dip it here a little bit. I'm gonna start within his little, by his eyeball here. Just gotta feel like it's gonna be a little bit easier. All right, let me go a little bit in here. You also have to be careful you don't go into his eye, but I can already tell the difference here. This already was here from the previous paint, but I like how it's already looking. I don't know if you guys can see the gloss to it, which is actually looking very nice. You can already see kind of it's popping out. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the stitches up here. Let's go ahead and branch out from here. Just kind of very slowly. Again, you just want to hit the tip when you're dipping it in the ink. Be careful with the hair as well. Oh, there we go. So it kind of looks like the blood is fresh. Here we go. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the difference between the eye socket and the original paint. But let's go ahead and continue. Do a little bit more here. I'm gonna branch out on the top part. Again, be very careful with painting of the staple. So you just kind of want to gently kind of tap it right there. And it looks kind of like this right here, guys. Check it out. Again, I'm not sure if you guys can see by the camera, but it looks a lot better, a lot cleaner as far as realistic blood goes. Again, if you feel like it's going out a little bit, just kind of clean it up with your finger. But it should clean up here in a little bit with the wet napkin. All right, Let me go here in a little bit. So right now, I'm just finishing this part up on the top, guys. So the part of the metal part, I want to add a little bit of a texture to where it kind of looks more realistic on his blood. So what I want to do here, I want to go a little heavy on the blood on the sides. Look at that. I'll clean that up here in a little bit. Just kind of put a little bit of blood right there. And maybe with the dry brush, just kind of tap it a little bit. Use that to kind of smear the metal part. And kind of makes the metal part look a little bit more bloody, I think. Again, you guys can do it on yours like you guys like it, but I kind of like that texture on there. I'll just probably clean it up here a little bit. All right, cool. All right, so now it's the pizza face Mezco doll version. So what I want to do here, I'm gonna see if I'm just gonna tap a little bit of those blood feature to it, and I'm just gonna kind of make this part a little bit more red using the paint, see if it looks good. So it doesn't hurt to try, right? Let's see. All right, so let's just go ahead, go over this, which Mezco did a really good job of making it a little glossy, realistic, so probably can't really see the difference here. Be a lot easier here. All I'm really doing, I don't know if you guys can see on the camera, just making it a lot more glossier. So now I just kind of want to put a little bit of blood right here. Like this. All right, here we go. Just a little bit of blood right here, look at that. That actually does look very nice. Let me go around the nose. Be a little gentle here. And I will show you guys the final look to all of these guys once I'm done. So I'm kind of skipping through them a bit. I don't want to bore you guys with all the painting from all these guys, but I think it looks great. All right, so I'm just finishing up the Trick or Treat Studios one. I'm just hitting up his eyes, or his eye, because the other one is gonna stay by itself. Just went a little over on this part, but let me take that off. There you go. All right, so this one, as you guys can see here on the metal part, I did what I wanted to do originally. So I did extra paint, like I mentioned earlier, on the sides. With the dry paintbrush, just kind of went over it. I wanted to get that more realistic metal mixed with blood on there. So here's this finishing look, which I believe it looks way better, more dark, glossy look. Again, I'm not really sure if you can see on camera. This is pretty much what I got. Looks pretty dope. Let me go ahead and put everyone together and just kind of show you guys the finishing touch. And see how it goes. This is the other part that I went on top, by the way. You have to be very careful with the hair. Just kind of put extra paint on the side, dry brush, paint the metal part. But I like how the insides here kind of look more realistic, like an actual gush. So I really do like that. All right, here are the finishing touches. We're gonna bring them inside. But again, just that ink makes it look dope. I didn't touch this eye here because technically in the movie, he doesn't, it's just the plastic color to it. I don't know how Chucky Tree Studios did that, but still looks good with the new makeup, if you will. This little guy. I also added additional paint to his knife to make it look a little bit more realistic of the blood. I think this one looks beautiful here. More gloss. Of course, this one looks nice on the blood, the gloss. I think you guys can see it on the camera. That's pretty much how it looks like. Let me put them on display and show you guys how they look like finalized. Here we go, guys. The final display for my collection. This one actually got signed by Alex Vincent, which I do have the video for that as well. Got the original Good Guy doll boxes, the Trick or Treat Studio versions. There we go. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Till next time.